Oil, gold, silver leading the charge this morning. The rebound after commodities' worst week last week in more than 2 years. We have a veteran trader here to help us make sense of it. John Netto is the president of M3 Capital. And John, this morning's action, what are we seeing? Is it a rebound just because of last week's horrible week, or is this back to the commodities trend of buy, buy, buy?
It's actually a bit of both. We have a longer-term 6-month uptrend both in crude, both in gold, across the ag space. And we're seeing here is there's natural strength. It's very difficult for bull markets like we've seen to just end like that and not make some sort of attempt to come back and retest those highs again. So shorter term, because of some of the seasonality factors, we're going to see, I think, some more consolidation or possible weakness. But longer term, the secular trend in gold, in crude, in silver, in ags is very much in place.
Last week, we were blaming the stronger dollar during the week, blaming some softer economic data, higher margin requirements for silver. What's the biggest risk, in your view, to commodities here in the short term?
I think that the biggest risk is that there's a greater unwind across if some of the geopolitical risk premiums taken out of the oil market, i.e. there's a settlement in Libya and the light sweet crude that's been a big driver behind the risk premium between crude oil goes on out there. If we begin to get a hint of stronger economic data in the U.S., that could put pressure, possibly change the forward curve in interest rates. And again, that can come in and strengthen the dollar. So interest rate differentials and geopolitical risk, if those things begin to settle themselves out, we could see a rally in the dollar and some sell-off in commodities.
And you say strong oil going into 2012. What's your target?
I do, but again, keep in mind with the volatility, but I see a close of 115 on crude, but we're talking implied vols of 40 right now, so it's a bullish call, but it's not as bullish as some might think.
All right, a bullish call from John Netto. He's with Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, by the way, who say oil and commodities are still a buy.